All right, friends. This episode's starting late, courtesy of me and my cat. You two devils have some secret plot that you want to hatch right now. So you tell me what you want to do. I have no idea.
Yeah. So Kyle, where do you think's a good meeting place? Ivan would probably suggest some sort of bar place to eat that's like relatively private.
I would be concerned about since we've had mafia people all in and out of my penthouse.
Mm-hmm.
Probably wouldn't use that. Yeah, we could go to a restaurant. We can go to a really nice restaurant that Kyle will pay for.
Yeah, there's a private joint uptown, family owned, good people, good food. Everybody minds their own business.
Which family owned?
Not Yuri's family.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a different guy.
Given that Kyle doesn't really have a grasp on the scale of things, he would definitely take Ivan's suggestion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I think there's a table in the back corner, little booth, and probably some sort of South Asian place.
Okay.
And yeah, Ivan, drinks are delivered and everything. Ivan looks up to you and says, "Mr. Morgan, I do believe we can help each other."
I think we both find ourselves in a rather unique and less than expected position.
If only
the stable is going to do what it is going to do, but I had stakes in things staying the way they were, and it seems that you did as well.
I did, but ultimately this was not unexpected for me. I told Yuri before we got to this point that what he was doing was going to inevitably lead here, and now it has. Yuri is not a man who is in the habit of listening.
Mm.
And now it is going to cost several people a lot of things. My goal here is to make sure that it costs Yuri the most and us the least.
How
well, Yuri may be my brother. I know for sure if he were in my position, what actions he would be taking right now.
Well, I suppose my two questions to that are, first, how contained do you think this is at Yuri's level? And what are you certain Yuri plans to do?
It's going to take Yuri time to recoup his resource losses. He invested a lot into this foolishly, and now it is going to take him a moment, so we have time. But he is going to do everything he can to help you, more specifically your family, because they are easier to get to. And he is going to probably try to kill me.
Do you think the repercussions are driven by Yuri, or do you think this is going to be a higher problem than just Yuri?
The repercussions are driven by a loss of money. It's always about the money. If we can provide the people above Yuri with a better return on investment than whatever punitive measures Yuri currently plans to take, then we will give them grand incentive to look the other way while a few events that need to occur happen.
I see.
And therein lies the crux of the entire situation. As if the money is there, people will do what they have always done. and things do not need to change that much.
Do you think Yuri is going to be a personal element? Do you think his grievance is going to be less about the money and more about the operation?
Yuri is a prideful man. I do not know which way he will go, but I do not think he can be bought in the same way. This isn't my pet project, more or less. And now that it is blown up in his face, he will be looking for people to blame. And when he demands that I start killing people and I don't, he's going to place a large deal of blame on me and anyone he can make direct lines to. Therein lies our problem. We have a certain amount of time before Yuri starts trying to put his plan into action and gives me new orders. And when I don't do those orders, he will know that something has gone amiss on my end specifically.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, as far as the family at large, if we provide an equitable replacement to the money-making arrangement that Yuri was attempting to set up, we can contain this down to the level of Yuri, and then Yuri himself is the second problem to deal with.
Precisely. And if we do not deal with that first problem, the second problem won't matter.
I see.
Because there are people much worse than Yuri, as you might imagine.
Wallace is a long way from here. Okay. So I suppose let's work on the first issue. We need to come up with a business arrangement that will profit the family in a sufficient manner that they don't feel the need to take this over Yuri.
Yes. And that is where I was hoping to borrow a bit of your expertise.
I see. I certainly have the ability to negotiate. I certainly have a head for money. I don't quite have the head for crime yet. So that's where
it yet.
Okay. Well, explain to me how. So I understand that there's an obvious money-making venture in ensuring results for games for the bets. That makes sense. But I also don't see how taking over the stable facilitates that.
It was so that they could have complete control over our... You understand that in gambling, it is about elimination of variables, right?
Yes.
Yes. Taking the games of chance and making it so there is not so much chance. The house will win most of the time. The idea of taking over our house was that is one side of a number of matches that you know all of the variables for. You don't have any surprises. You know what Amos Everett is piloting. You know what equipment he has. You know where his armor plates are welded. You know all these things. Now you only have to figure out the other half of the equation, and that is much easier. Much safer bet. And then they, on occasion, would do things like they did to Hunter McGregor, where they leave a gap in his armor and his engine gets blown to pieces, and suddenly they make a lot of money on a fight he was supposed to win.
I have been making moves to start to get to know the people in control of a lot of different things on Solaris, trying to reach out to other people who run stables, reaching out to officials, reaching out to Solaris government, business, and trying to get to know a lot of people for Ronin. I wonder if, while losing the variable of absolute positive control over the stable, if I could provide a different kind of variable control, assistance in setting up matches between specific fighters. To something I'm already working towards. And if they want to see a fight between certain people for a predictable result, or even if regardless of it, profit off the advertising, I wonder if that could provide a different angle of control that they would see as suitably profitable. Of course, I would need a handler in the family in order to be able to coordinate which matches they wish to see. And I see where this might be able to solve our second problem as well. If we are that partnership and you replace Yuri as the controlling party in this endeavor.
You understand more about this business than you know, Mr. Morgan.
I'm trying to be a quick study. It's a new field of business.
Yes. And as a matter of fact, what you have proposed was the original plan that Yuri and I had before he overreached. The plan was to get influence and material on officials, judges, referees, promoters. Was not to sabotage mechs and beat mech warriors in the street. Because those last two things are much easier to follow.
As Hunter McGregor has proven. If maybe we can demonstrate that Yuri's change in tactics were so ham-fisted that even an untrained investigator could find them, maybe we could get that as a manner to prove his incompetence and his need for removal.
Yes. I think that is exactly what we need. Now then.
So how do we present this, and how do we angle it to get you to replace Yuri?
Hmm. We need to make a call. One moment. And Ivan will get up from the table and walk to a payphone in the back of the restaurant.
A payphone in this economy?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
It's the future of the 80s. Everything's payphones, man. Nobody's got to sell.
I mean, there's Comstar link numbers, bro. Everybody's got to sell. You just can't get data on it. You know, it's a brick.
Okay. Those are trackable. Go for the payphones. Besides, this is a family place. It's fine. But yeah, AP, I would like to place a couple calls to try and get the I figure Ivan probably has like some knowledge of like the people above Yuri, but I would like to get like a concrete thing of who Yuri like directly reports to and what operations they have.
Sure. After spending about $375 and change, you get a phone number for a woman named Nia Licata, who is the brainchild of this whole operation.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, then in that case, I would like to try and see if I can get a meeting set up with her.
Sure.
Do you let me know that that's who you're trying to set a meeting up with? Because I feel like that's a really easy meeting for me to set up.
Oh, wait, that is the same. Okay.
She's my handler.
All right, cool. Totally forgot that she was the same person.
Yeah.
Then no. At that point, Ivan will Now that he's done like making the discreet, like I'm trying to find stuff out calls, he comes back to the table and just puts the phone down and says, "We need to call Mia Licata."
I see. When I've called her in the past, she's been very responsive.
Well then,
I do have the feeling, though, that should our meeting go poorly, it's distinctly possible neither of us will leave. Are you prepared? I'm willing to die for my family, but
you hear a
as long as you
tapping.
understand this.
You hear a sound of a slight tapping under the table.
Kyle has no way to context that one. He's just like,
Yeah.
you have a nervous foot?
No. Ivan just pushes a snub-nosed revolver into your hand under the table.
Kyle has a moment where he looks incredibly uncomfortable and then goes business again. And you see him shuffle a little bit as he's trying to find somewhere to stuff it in his waistband.
Ivan just like pats a place on the side that it like fits in like the crook of your chest.
He will
like
follow directions. And then I will pick up the phone and call Mia Licata.
It is better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
She agrees to meet with you later today. What's the purpose of the meeting?
I wish to discuss the future of the operation in regards to the Apex Dragon stable.
Okay. Do you mention that you're bringing a guest?
Yes. I don't want to have any surprises.
Okay. Do you tell her who the guest is?
Again, I don't want any surprises.
What name do you use when you introduce this guest?
Ooh. I'll use Ivan.
Okay. Now you guys are in the deepest level of shit right now. I just want you to know that. You literally just went from friendly meeting to there will be guns to your head at this meeting.
I don't want to show up with somebody and be like, yeah, I'm totally here to talk about stuff I know nothing about. And I also don't want to bring a stranger and be like, absolutely sudden person, because that I also feel like would get me shot in the face.
All right, so the next thing that opens is you guys are in some sort of like hotel basement in a storage room. Your hands are cuffed behind your back. There's a single swinging light bulb on a string, and there are guns to your head. And Nia Licata is standing at the edge of the light saying, "This is unfortunate, Ivan."
This was predictable.
Predictable.
And preventable.
You revealed your identity to another member of your stable, despite express orders at every level of this operation to not do so.
Actually,
I've told everyone.
I'll mention that. I'll try to mention offhand that there was no voluntary reveal by Mr. Ivan. It appears that the ham-fisted tactics of a Mr. Yuri forced things into the light so hard it was very difficult for him to continue to maintain his cover. If someone is to blame for this, I would blame Yuri.
Yeah. I'm sure you would blame somebody else tied to a chair with a gun in your head.
I think there was nothing dishonest in our conversation when we met. I'm here for my family, and I want to continue to protect my family.
I'm sure you would. And have no worries. I have no intentions of doing anything to your family that we weren't already doing. Marrying into it, getting as much into their business as our business will allow. It's an excellent funnel for money laundering operations, mech refurbishment, supply parts, cross-border munitions sales. All sorts of places to pick up a little bit of extra cash here and there everywhere. You don't need to worry about your brother. He'll be fine. Your sister... Well, let's talk about the two of you. See, I'm not upset that this whole plan didn't work out. You say ham-fisted Yuri, but in the end, I'm responsible for everything that goes on. I didn't want it to have to come to this, but if we have to back away from completely controlling the stable, that's an acceptable possible loss of future capital compared to having not just one, but two gladiators on the payroll. And yet here, those two golden gooses are cooking their own egg.
I think there is a path where we can control a different variable.
Oh? Yeah? Let me guess. Yuri's the one at fault, huh? The two of you are totally blameless in this whole situation, and you have a solution just waiting for me. Something the two of you have thought up despite years of planning into this operation.
I made no claims that there was no other fault.
Go ahead.
But I do
Tell
have
me
an
what
alternative.
your little scheme is, Kyle.
So if instead of being able to assuredly control what happens in the stable, to remove the variable of the gladiators in the stable, I have, because of my affiliations with Ronin, been making headways into trying to make myself accessible to many parties on Solaris, and in turn make them accessible to me, which could present the opportunity to more reliably ensure that at the request of the family, certain mech warriors will fight other mech warriors from other stables.
You're talking about match fixing.
Yes.
That's already your job. You understand that, right? Normally, we fix the matches in your favor. All right. So you're a guy who knows people. That's great for you. We've had a hold over you. What about you, Ivan? Told anybody else about your secret identity?
Oh, no. I didn't tell anyone. It was, however, revealed by a third party in front of the entire stable because Yuri doesn't know how to cover his fucking tracks.
Because Yuri doesn't know how to cover his tracks, huh?
An amateur investigator was able to figure out about the sabotage that Yuri was doing to his mechs. And from there, everything came apart. Half the stable was involved in finding out where the damaged armor plates were coming from.
So everybody knows that you're a member of the Mafia and that your name is actually Ivan Asanko then?
Yes.
Okay.
So, as you can tell...
She just gets up and walks out of the light into the darkness for like 3 or 4 minutes to give you guys a chance to talk and think about how this conversation is going for you. There are still two very large guys named Tony and Ralphio behind you with SMGs pointed at your head. But feel free to talk openly in front of them.
Yeah, the one thing that the one part, probably the only part of the situation that Kyle feels any sort of familiarity with is controlling information during a negotiation. So he's not going to start talking.
Sociopath kicking in right there.
Ivan just says, so I am already in a position where I have to do something. Because if it's not our friends Tonio and Raphael here who are going to put a bullet in my head, it is someone else.
Raphael's just like, no, it'll be me. You're fucking dead.
That does seem quite likely. And I would rather it be you.
He's like, oh, thanks, man. You know, I've been wanting to put a bullet in your head for years.
But, you know, there's a possibility here that it doesn't end up with me dead.
I'd rather not. What's the term? Eat a bullet? Get capped? I don't know. I don't know the lingo. I'd rather not.
Well, around here, we say, oh, we really like that Draconis Combine talk. You know, we say you died of natural causes being folded like origami into the river.
Oh, I see.
That's just Tony. He likes the animated shows.
He's just like... He just adjusts his shoulders real quick. The gun temporarily goes off the back of your head before coming back again.
It's a little stuffy in here. Could you loosen my tie just a little bit?
He's just like, no.
Okay.
You think I'm a fucking amateur at this thing? Come on, have some respect for some professionals, huh?
Do you think I'm not an amateur? I have no idea.
No, I'm saying, do you think I'm an amateur? I'm not going to give you a chance to escape. I'm not a fucking cop. I don't have any rules to follow. He slaps you in the back of the head with his left hand.
But just like look over at Ivan and be like, people can use ties to escape? This is a thing? I had no idea. Honestly, I had no idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it.
All right,
Okay.
Nia walks back into the room and says, okay, so what you're telling me is Ivan is not at fault. Yuri is behind everything. Everyone knows your secret identity, and your plan to pay me back for my personal protection on your family is to act as a fixer. That's good for you, and as long as you're okay with that, you get to walk out of this room. You get the golden ticket.
And a continued relationship that is hopefully mutually profitable,
Yeah, exactly.
which presents as a win for both parties.
Sure. And you're okay with doing this?
Yes.
Okay.
The only thing that I ask is that these services, and I will talk to my sister, is that these services also help protect the mortality of my sister.
As long as she falls in line, we don't have any issues. She gestures to the guy behind you and says, okay, uncuff him, he's free to go. Take Mr. Ivan out back.
Kyle does not resist. He will be led as instructed. He does not want to get shot.
I mean, I want to be very clear here. You've negotiated for your freedom, but not Ivan's. Ivan is about to get dragged into a back alley and never heard from again.
Oh man.
Yeah, like he's uncuffing you, and then the two guys are dragging the chair that Ivan is on out of the ring of light from which he will never see the light of day again.
I don't know, man. I don't know how I could interject on this.
Yeah. But wait, he'll be useful to me. Here's three reasons why.
I mean, that's the only angle I've got. I'm just trying to think of what I could tell her for those reasons that would be convincing enough. Oh God. You know, Mr. Ivan could be used to ensure that there are no further investigations into any work, including my own.
Okay. He says, all right, stop. Ivan, your chair is tilted back. Your head is still in the light, but your knees are in the darkness.
No, he's chilling. This is exactly how he expected this to go.
In what way?
Well, we know that the junior investigators were very dedicated into ensuring that there is nothing left of a connection to the mafia. And I think up to this point, they have proven that they will continue to do so until they feel like they have succeeded in that effort, regardless of whether they have or not. Can we agree on that?
Keep going.
Now, Ivan has already demonstrated, up until the point where other people have caused significant difficulties for him, that he is quite dedicated to playing a role that is necessary and a part of the family's operation. He could play the part of a member who used to be a member of the mob, who has thrown his affiliations off and can be there to demonstrate that that connection has been severed. What if instead of killing him, some sort of non-mortal retribution, maybe he gets roughed up. There's some things that happen to the stable to rough it up a little bit, to show that there is a break in that relation publicly. And And they would be, if Ivan plays his part as the person who is trying to flee for his life from the mob and he's seeking that sanctuary in the stable, then he could present as a reliable person to be the canary, to say, oh no, the mafia is here, the mafia is there, we should avoid this, to present himself as that that security for the rest of them to know whether or not there's been a disconnect. The fact that they know that he used to be a member would lend him some credibility in being able to protect the stable from accidentally doing work with the mafia again.
Okay, what's the end case for this? He's a mafia undercover pretending to not be mafia. What do we do with him then? Can't do mafia stuff. He's pretending not to be.
He's also an additional source of information and manipulation. He's another mouthpiece that can be in the stable, convince certain gladiators of certain opinions. He can also help present that clean image to ensure that there are less people looking into what work I'm doing with you. He can be that assistance to help protect the work that I'm doing.
Roll 2d6 plus corporate.
Okay. That's not my episode, so I'm assuming I have no edge.
I will let you use Ivan's edge if he allows it. I'm just going to tell you right now, on a 6-, the being dragged into the darkness will continue unabated.
A 10. Which I think is a full success, right?
It is. Yep. It is. How unfortunate.
Oh, man.
All right, Tony, Ralphio. Leave him there. So they leave you, arms cuffed behind your back, tied to the chair.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
he crosses his legs again.
Your chair tips forward again, and she says, "Fine, he's your responsibility now, Kyle Morgan."
I understand. And of course, for this to work, there would need to be no retribution from anyone else associated with this, such as Yuri. Ivan's death would make my job more difficult.
So you still want Yuri killed?
I have no particular interest in Yuri dying so long as you believe that he won't take personal retribution for the initial failure that is being corrected in this operation. But if you think there's too much personal blood there, then perhaps Ivan could replace him.
Pretty good manipulation. I'm saying that out of character. Go ahead and roll again. 2d6 plus corporate.
Oh no. I can't just ride that awesome roll.
No. Totally different.
That would be a 9.
Okay. She says, fine. Tony, call Ricardo. It's time to fold Mr. Yuri. You're in charge of this operation now, Kyle Morgan.
I understand.
You're responsible for everything that happens in regards to our gladiator operations.
For Apex Dragons or for other stables as well?
For Apex Dragons. Don't raise a finger. Don't get ahead of yourself.
I wouldn't dream of it.
I have an answers to you.
I understand.
Feel free to expand your sphere of influence and responsibility into recruiting new members. That's how you move up in this circle.
I endeavor to continue to be profitable.
Sure, you endeavor to continue to be alive.
Well, I feel like most people do.
Talk to your sister.
I will.
At that point, over somebody's phone, you hear two muffled gunshot noises.
Kyle, he keeps looking. He doesn't try to have a physical reaction, but he definitely flinches at the shots.
Yep.
And tries to play it off like it never happened.
Evan is just smiling.
All right. So, she turns to leave, and her two guys go with her. And that just leaves the two of you in the fading light of this hotel basement with Ivan still tied to the chair and cuffed.
Yeah. At this point, yeah, Ivan just drops the paperclip that was in his hand on the ground and says, Mr. Morgan, if you could do this the easy way.
Of course. Let me see if I can't figure this out. And I'll get him out of the chair.
Okay.
It appears that you have a few things to brief me on.
Well, to start, I will simply say that you did perfectly. He claps you on the shoulder. That was most excellent. Now then, sir, I do believe we are done here.
Well, considering that I want to stay alive, and I'm sure you're invested in the same, I'm going to need, probably in the next day or two, a write-up, a report, I suppose, of the operations that Yuri was previously responsible for. Manpower, supplies, contacts. If I'm responsible to ensure that we don't die because that continues to succeed, I'm going to need that information from you.
Absolutely. I answer to you now.
Indeed. Not where I thought this was going to go when I arrived here, but I think an arrangement where we're both alive is one we can agree is a pleasant one.
You'll have to forgive me, Mr. Morgan, but this is exactly where I thought this was going.
Interesting.
That's why I brought you along. As much as I may try, Mr. Morgan, I am a terrible frontman. I am no good at this sort of thing. I am much better at the sort of thing where guns are in hand, and at the end of the day, I'm really no better than Tony and Ralphio. I just look better. He flicks his hair back and puts his sunglasses back on.
I will say that one of the first tasks we're going to need to do is make a showing of the separation between the stable and the family. Of course, I don't want you to lose your match as a result of this, but after the match, you will probably need to speak with the other enforcers about roughing you up.
Oh, already on it.
Okay.
I have the exact people that we need for that sort of thing.
And I need to start compiling a message for my sister.
Yes, for her sake, I hope you do as well with talking to her as you did with Miss Mia here.
No, I have a lot to do. I have a lot to prepare for, and I have a lot to consider with my sister. I look forward in the next couple of days receiving ample information from you so we can succeed as partners here.
Yes, correct.
Kyle's going to go to his penthouse and get trashed. That was incredibly stressful for him.
You know what? Months ago, when Glima was like, we should make the curse real, I wanted to say no, and I should have, because it led us to this moment. It was a straight line to this moment. All right. Well, gave us a whole arc of drama that is now probably over. Maybe. Who knows?
I mean, as long as the operation goes well, then
we'll see.
It shouldn't cause too many. It should be a completed arc.
All right, Varen, are we ready to do your actual episode? Because we're almost 40 minutes in.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Just says, good night, Mr. Morgan.
Good night, Ivan. That was a crazy start to an episode. Time for me to go away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man needs to finish a matchup.
Good luck. Don't forget to get beat up after your match.
I will not.
You have to call him boss now.
You got it, boss.
Yeah. Right. Good luck.
All right.
Perfect.
Amos over at the Ferryman. What do you want to do? You're alive in a hotel basement.
Oh man, I am gonna go write up that report that Mr. Morgan needs because, well, this went quite literally perfectly. Ivan is very happy with how this all turned out. Everything has gone according to plan.
Okay.
But yeah, no, his he actually needs to go find Lynn. But before he does that, he is going to pull up a bunch of training material and footage on Saya Jade Falcon.
Sure. I mean, there's a whole new set of fan art about Saya Jade Falcon that I guess I need to include in this episode's description section.
Yeah.
Since some shrimp got the Saya Jade Falcon fan art.
Yep. But yes, Ivan wants to know everything about how she fights.
Okay. Is there any particular reason why?
Well, because as far as he knows, Linhilder is still trying to beat her.
All right.
But he also wants to know not just about how Saya fights, about all of her other things that she does.
So you're saying you want to make a research roll?
Oh, absolutely.
Sure, go ahead.
All right. That is a 9.
Okay.
Which, okay, 1 second.
You gain 1 stress. Choose an option. About Saya Jade Falcon.
Mm-hmm. So, because of my ability cold read, whenever I research, I gain an additional option.
Sure.
I get 2 on Saya. And for the research, I am going to take I want to know what her goal is, and how is she vulnerable?
Well, her goal is to become a warrior of the Jade Falcon clan cast at least the Star Commander level.
Mm-hmm.
And how is she vulnerable? I mean, her critical flaws are immense and inarguable arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
She basically sees freeborns, with the rare exception of those in a sort of paternal relationship with her, as being beneath her. I mean, she has an amicable relationship with Astrid to some extent, but Astrid is beneath her. Everyone that she meets here is beneath her. Seth, as a failed warrior whose generation was responsible for the losses of Tukid, beneath her. She's better than everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't have the skills or the tactical sense to back that up. So she will easily underestimate anyone thrown in front of her.
All right. Well, with that being the case, I am now going to go talk to Linhilder.
Okay. Linhilder has taken down her "This is how I'm going to beat Saya" poster in her room and is balling it up and throwing it into the trash.
That is new.
Yeah, it's not the only thing that's new, Ivan.
You remember the first conversation we ever had?
I probably do, but the game master doesn't.
You said to me that I was a different person than you originally thought. in hindsight now, that statement is much funnier.
Sure.
Whatever you may think about me, Lynn, everything I've told you was true. And, well, for what it's worth, I don't think you actually have to do anything to beat Saya. Even if that's what you still want.
I think Saya is a problem that needs to be removed. But I spoke with some wise people who advised me otherwise. Not some kid that just runs headlong into a situation after being told there are better paths.
Oh. That is good. And that is what separates
Crosses
you
her
from...
arms, her massive minor's biceps, leans against the wall and goes, "So what about the two of us?"
What about this?
How much
If
longer
you
are
are-
you sticking around here? I mean, they're cleaning up house on all of the, use.
Not to worry. I will be here for the foreseeable future, at least.
Die in this match. You just triggered that death flag, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Clan PPC to the cockpit. Just gone.
The question is, well, you are still willing to get training from Ivan as well as Amos. I will still be here to
No.
train you.
I'm here to get information from Amos Everett. I don't know Ivan Asanko. If you have a problem with that, he just shrugs.
Well, if I have a problem with that, I would have to be someone other than Ivan Asanko, and quite frankly, I'm quite tired of hiding behind the mask at this point. You can only be someone else for so long.
I'm here to learn about gladiator operations. I don't need any other help. If you can teach me that, then we're good.
Well, I can certainly teach you that. So, I've got the match coming up. Yeah. If you're ready, we can go ahead and head over.
Fine.
All
Got
right.
done working on your mech this morning. Last minute alterations. A lot of money.
Yes,
Could have bought
Yeah,
a
a lot
whole
of
new
money.
mech for that.
I could have. Hopefully, it will be worth it.
Excel engine's a mistake. Telling you right now. He ain't no Kyle Morgan. Seth Ghost Bear.
Oh no. You'll have to forgive me, Lynn. I'm not a soldier. I am... Well, at least not in the mech. I am an entertainer at heart. While Big Engine may be a liability, it also allows me to do some things that no one else can do in the ring. And,
Well, show me.
but that is the plan.
Doing anything else before your interview?
Nope.
All right. You find yourself seated across from William. He's wearing a purple sort of velour suit with a stark white dress shirt.
Mhm.
His shoes are, the sole is LED lined, so they light up on the bottom. If you're into that kind of Solaris high fashion, I suppose you could say he's got drip.
Yeah, it's got the
Amos
Supreme
Everett.
logo on the color.
Welcome back.
Hello, William. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine, sir. It's been a minute.
It has. Certainly has.
With the shifting in your stable of a lot of gladiators and rankings, you are no longer even close to last place. But as a rank 95, you are way down on the rankings. And your opponent today has already said not only does he think he will lose, but he is going to end the match just as soon as he thinks he's about to take some sort of crucial damage. That you are so technologically superior to him that you are in a totally unworthy ranking. Would you agree that 95 is not where you should be?
I mean, shouldn't be. It's where I am, William. At the end of the day, what matters is what matches you win, what matches you lose. That's what determines your rank.
You've
I've
had a rough
lost,
time of things
I've won.
lately, especially against jumping battle mechs.
Yeah. Well, the extra maneuverability afforded by jump jets is undeniable. The tactical flexibility that many gladiators live by. Personally, I don't much like the things, so I don't use them. And that means that sometimes I got to work a little harder to make up the difference, but such is life.
What's your plan to overcome your opponent in your match today?
Well, with my I'm going to be debuting a new setup.
Another new setup.
Yes.
This is your third in as many months, correct?
What can I say? Having to take some time to figure out what works.
That is a lot of investment for a gladiator at your level of rankings. Someone must really believe in you.
I think I give people a show that they like. And people are just waiting for it to pan out. And I think that the Acheron's got something special. And I think you're all going to see that today. I'm looking forward to showing y'all what I can do with this thing. And as a result, I'm going to dedicate today's match and victory to the people that made it happen, Elysian Fields.
So you're guaranteeing victory.
Absolutely.
Okay.
In this Acheron debut, I'm going to put it all on the line.
Let me just write that down here. Guarantee victory. It's a dangerous move for you. All right.
It is. But thankfully, I have a hotel now.
What's your stress at?
My stress is only at 2.
Okay. Any stress you take in combat is going to affect you now because you've blown through that hotel nonsense.
This is true.
Anything else you want to say before the match?
Nope.
All right, you find yourself on the Toxic Wastelands arena map. Walk us through your new mech.
All right, so the Acheron, the new river of hell that we have chosen, is a TSM mech, 55 tons, XL engine, 5.8 base speed with a supercharger. So, between the ER large laser and the Gauss rifle, I have more long range firepower than I had previously. and then with 2 mediums and 3 small lasers, I've got some extra close range punch. Which, in addition to the TSM, is going to actually make me incredibly nasty in melee. I have dropped the hatchet for some extra tonnage. That has gone pretty much straight to armor, and now we're using double heat sinks instead of singles. So we're more resistant to nasty engine crits overheating us and stuff. Since we are going to have to ride that heat line. And that is the Acheron.
Okay. Your opponent today is a man named Mr. Titan. He works for a mercenary company for whom his victories go to. He pilots a Assassin ASN-23, which is a 711-7 mech with a LRM-5 Artemis and a medium pulse laser. When he comes out on the field, he's wearing a camouflaged business suit, like a brown, green, you know, like someone would put on a hunting parka or something. That is considered high fashion here, and he's adjusting his Hunter's Day Glow orange cufflinks as he comes out and waves to everybody, and they're just like, Mr. Titan! And he's just like, that's right, everyone. I'm here today to give my opponent a free win. This isn't match fixing. Not an idiot. I can clearly see my opponent's machine is bigger than mine, more technologically oriented. He's got almost twice my weight in weapons while having more armor and speed. Even if I was a match for him in piloting, which I would say that I am, I can't overcome this sort of huge barrier. So I wish him well. Hopefully neither of us get too hurt in the upcoming match, and make sure to check out the latest episodes of the Society Chronicles to track my mercenary units' ongoing efforts, help bring peace to worlds in need. Mr. Titan out. And as he says that, a dude with a jetpack like comes down, grabs him, and like takes him, jets him up into the cockpit. The whole time he's just waving to the crowd like, hey everybody, hey.
Yeah. Ivan just walks out onto the field in the Shadowhawk. And like there's the like slight like fog roll in and the red lighting.
Oh, we're going back. Oh shit.
As someone does the as there's like the Western-esque music playing. But Ivan is not wearing the hat. He's not got the trench coat or anything. He's in the suit, the like red tinted sunglasses. And as he like pulls the mech in, the music kind of like slowly transitions from the like twangy guitar and flute stuff to something a little more like violin-esque.
Wow,
And then
wow,
just
wow,
slowly
wow,
fails
wow,
up.
wow, 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 wow.
Not quite. That was for the big iron bit. Sicilian big iron.
Yeah, okay.
Ready to rock and roll.
As the match is getting started on his part, he has like fake diesel pipes from which smoke begins pouring out of on his assassin as heavy metal rock music begins to play over his external loudspeakers. Well, I rolled a 4, so I guess
All right.
you do whatever you want.
I rolled a 9, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna come in on this side.
All right.
The south side.
Well, they don't call him Gleamo of the Southern Gate, that's for sure. 6.
8.
What's your speed? I have to look out for 12.
Oh,
Jesus.
something I need to ask you about actually. So because I've got enough heat to basically build, I can build 1 heat per turn, like however much I want. Can I just start at 9?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I will start at 9 heat.
Yep.
Okay. Do the rocks still count as like rough terrain in a piling skill roll?
The ones that have rubble in them that say rough, yes.
Okay.
You have to make a
So
plus
what is
1
that? What's that?
PSI.
1 extra movement?
Yes.
Okay. Does Mountaineer affect that?
Take a look. There's a possibility that that is true. Terrain Master
I'm not sure which version
subtracts
of.
1 from all movement costs incurred when crossing gravel, rough, in addition to taking a -1 to piloting skill rolls when covering the terrain. So you don't take the movement penalty, and you get a -1 on the roll to move through it.
All right, that's what I thought. Cool.
Sure. But since you've never demonstrated this ability, he doesn't know that you're about to completely ignore his evil plans to slow you down and make your life
So I'm
hell.
gonna roll to activate the supercharger.
Of course you are.
I roll a 9, so we're good.
Sure.
And then Amos or Ivan, just immediately kicks this thing up, and it just, it moves. That's 7 because of Mountaineer. I ignore the level changes.
Sure.
And then that's 12, and I run straight up into melee with him in one go.
Incredible.
And make the piling skill roll to not
And
fuck up.
+0. Wow, that
So
was
that's a
close.
5.
That was real close.
Which is good.
All right. You can see,
and I am
and
instantly
as
in melee
you
with
see
him.
as you move closer, he's feathering down for the jump at the maximum of his range, and you're like already there waiting for him, and he's like, "No! Oh no! No! How is this possible?"
Yep, and then like it has so many previous times. Fatty man. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. He's gonna alpha strike, I guess. What that's worth. I don't even know if it's worth firing the LRM.
Yeah.
This ain't no clan LRM. Let's see here. Yeah, I can't even.
This guy.
I can only hit with the medium pulse, which I don't.
All right. I am going to fire 2 medium lasers, the ER large. Yeah, and that'll be exactly. So yeah, I'll fire 2 medium lasers in the ER large. It's a 2 for my skill, 2 for the run. 4 for his evasion makes it 8, and then 1 for heat. I'm at 9 heat. Makes it 9. ER large. Nope. Medium 1. No. And medium 2. No. And we're in melee.
Okay. He's just gonna go for a kick.
Okay.
Never mind. He's not gonna go for a kick. Those are terrible odds. He's gonna try throwing 1 punch.
Okay.
He misses by a lot.
Okay.
He tries coming down with the punch and just completely misses your mech.
All right. So, I'm pretty sure I hit a kick on an 8. So I think that's what I'm going to go for.
Well, you're a 2-4 pilot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kicks
Well,
are kicks are at -2.
yeah, so you start at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, -2. Yeah, 8. Okay, just remember if you miss, you have to make a PSR.
Yep.
You do miss.
I do miss.
Okay, now you have to make the PSR.
Go ahead and make that PSR. Which I passed.
You just barely. Right on the borderline is where you're going to wait for that one, huh? Okay. All right, let's
Keep on pushing.
talk heat and initiative.
I'm exactly 9 heat.
With your dissipation and your laser fire?
Yep.
And the running?
Yep. ER large plus 2 medium lasers plus a run is 20, and I have 20 dissipation.
All right, I got a 7.
I got a 7.
Okay, let's reroll. 8.
9. This poor guy. Why would the Solaris Civic Council do this?
Let me think about that for a second. Probably actually want to face this way, so if you come at me, I can kick you in the head.
Which way are you facing? This hex?
Yep.
Okay.
Just to be clear, these trees don't, they're not real trees. They cost nothing to move through.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll just do that. Because I don't want to get kicked.
Wise.
Yeah. Whoosh. Come
And go medium pulse laser. Wow.
on.
Now let it slide. I need that edge for when you fucking destroy me in one turn. I need to eject.
All right. So I will fire again the ER large and 2 mediums. Hitting on 9s again, the same stuff. Oh, that's an 8. Ah, that rolled over. No. Okay, that one hits.
No one ever talks about when rollover works in your favor, like right then. You only talk about it when it doesn't work in your favor.
Look, you know, I like that rollover though. Yay, rollover. Okay, so that's 5 damage left towards him. Does he have an XL? No, he doesn't. Okay.
Yeah, he can't physically do anything in melee, so. You're up.
All right. Cannot kick him. I will throw 2 punches.
Punching
These
at
hit on
his
10s.
legs.
Yep, these hit on 10s. Nope. Nope.
I feel like he's feathering the jump jets to like do high knees. So like when you punch, he brings the knee all the way up to his chest and then slams it back down. Yeah. Okay. Great.
High speed pursuit.
The 3.
All right. Double sixes. Hmm. I believe this is a 1, right?
No, that's 2. You reduce the penalty by 1 and it takes
That's
3
right.
to go up.
That's right. No, you're right. You're right. I reduce it by 1. Okay, so that's 1, or 1, 2, 3, 4. And both selected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second that. 6. In my case, I'll just go 1, 2. 7. That's fine. I will just step up there.
Okay.
For a walk. Yeah.
He's firing his LRM.
Oh,
That's a hit. The head hit.
oh my god.
Okay, so that's
Wow.
4 missiles.
That's so funny. Okay.
You'll have to make a consciousness check, not double ones.
I'm actually going to spend a glory.
Wow. Okay, roll for it.
Because I don't want to take that head hit.
Never see this. Never.
This guy's going to take enough time to kill without me having penalty problems. That's an 8.
You're the only person that spent glory twice. Okay, an 8. Let's see what this says here. You negate 1 crit or pilot damage, but gain a stress.
Yep.
So you take the 4 head damage. You do not take a pilot damage, and you gain 1 stress. You're now at 3.
Yep. Yeah. So
Keeping yourself out of the hospital, huh?
Yep. Ivan, you know,
Exactly what this guy was worried about.
ducked the hit.
All right, you go ahead and shoot, because that's all you can do.
This is going to be the Gauss rifle, the large laser, and 2 mediums. All of them are hitting on. Well, let's see. The Gauss rifle and the medium laser, or the large laser, are both at short range. And then the 2 medium lasers are at long range. So I actually think that they may not be able to hit. Let's see. So 2, 1 for my movement is 3, 4 for his evasion is 7. 1 for my heat is 8. Okay, so it's 8s for the Gauss rifle and the ER large, and then it's 12s for the mediums. Nope. Gauss rifle misses. ER large hits left torso.
How much?
8 damage left torso.
Okay, that's internal. Bring your crit dice over.
Okay. That is a 5, 6.
Just roll 1d6. Your answer is a 1, 2, or 3.
3.
Okay, jump jet.
Good. That's good. That's one less hex he can jump helps me a lot.
Okay.
And then medium laser number 1. Medium laser number 2. Wow, that actually almost hit. That would have been funny. And that's it.
Okay, he surrenders at the end of the round.
Yeah.
This is a Donegal Broadcasting Company news alert.
Affair.
Maybe you should try winning rank up matches.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely like, I am glad that all this garbage with Yuri is over because now I can actually
Get back to winning, huh? Get back to
Yeah.
winning? Is that what you're gonna say?
I can get back to fighting.
I don't think Yuri was holding you back in that regard. You have to beat
But
you have to beat a
I had to
whole
focus.
gamut of Wolverines.
I had to focus on the out of mech stuff.
Your natural enemies.
Ivan's like, yeah, now I can focus on being in the mech, enjoying myself.
Perfect.
This is my new zen place.
All right, so you win 1 experience or glory.
Yep.
What would you like to take?
I will take the experience.
Okay, so you get 2 experience for the whole match. So at the end of the match, you find a small business card underneath the sun visor that has the spray paint 90 jazz solo cup design on the front side.
Yeah, take it up.
Okay. The back of it says, "Money will keep flowing to those who behave. We have put a lot into you now, Ivan. You wouldn't want to hurt our feels," and the F is capitalized.
Yeah. Yeah. Ivan takes it, tucks it into his pocket, and makes a phone call to the number on the card.
Okay.
And,
The number on the card is the recruiting desk for the Elysian Fields Mercenary Unit. There's no one to take your call right now, but you can leave a message if you want to.
Yeah, and he just he answers the phone and says, "My name is Ivan, and just going to say thank you. I hope you will find my future behavior satisfactory. I appreciate your trust in me. I will not let you down." And he hangs up.
Did you go to your post-match interview?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes people walk out of those, so, you know.
Yeah, I only did it the one time. Little stress explosion. I'm still the only person who's done that.
Hunter has a stress explosion as well.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, the both of you are at 5 maximum.
Damn, I didn't know he had done that.
Yeah, so seated there, well, I mean, look, ever since we changed the pilot damage rules, there's been a lot less stressing, that's for sure. I can't get you guys to take actions that will give you stress. You just spend all your time trying to reduce it. Ridiculous. Should be stressed out. Everybody's stressed out all the time. Yeah, well, not much to say there. Amos Everett, the Ferryman. A straightforward match for a straightforward mech. It would seem you're demonstrating some new skills in regards to transversal movement. And what some of your fans are calling the Ferryman Rush seems to have taken an upgrade, however. Let's talk about that.
Well, I told you that with the whole me not liking the high flying stuff, it means I've got to do a little bit of extra work to make up the difference. As you can see, I've been putting that work in. And with the new upgrades to the Acheron, well, yeah, I think that this is I think that this machine and my new skills together are going to work quite well.
Now, did we see you enabling a supercharger at the beginning of the match?
Yes.
Very rare and technical piece of equipment. Who is the supplier for your battle mech unit?
That would be gosh, what's their name? Oh no. Ivan would remember this,
Okay.
but
Finding,
Kenneth
engineering,
doesn't.
and salvage team.
It's a VTE or something.
EST.
Oh, that's right. Vest. Okay.
Finding, engineering, and salvage teams.
Yeah. Ivan just like tucks on the vest under his jacket. Just says, well, that would be a vest. Finding engineering and salvage teams. They came to us with a proposition some time ago due to our unique technical complement of our stable. And here's their equipment on display. So, if you're looking for something to give you that extra boost in the speed department, I could certainly say that if this match was any indication, their stuff holds up. It does exactly what it says on the tin. And you get everything you paid for. But yeah, I'd recommend them.
Very well. Anything else you'd like to say? Anything you'd like to say about your opponent who seemingly walked away from this match quite early?
I can't say I blame him. I was not particularly satisfied with this match, to be honest. I mean, I won. It is what it is. And this match being what it is probably a consequence of some of the other matches that I've lost, but this kind of match, I don't think it's what the fans were looking for. I don't think it's what his fans were looking for. I commend him for taking it on the chin as well as he did, and also respect him doing the smart thing and fighting until he was going to start taking some serious damage that put his mech out. And mech's an expensive investment, so him walking off when he did, no shame in it. But no, really, I put this situation on the people setting up the matches. This kind of thing, you think it ain't what people are looking for here on Solaris.
Okay. Anything else you need to add?
No, that's it, William. Just gonna go back, get that head plating fixed, and go back to training.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do after your interview?
He'd oh gosh, what roles am I locked out of the? Oh, I'm locked out of the advertising role right now because of that racket and gamble thing. Dang. I was gonna try to actually do advertising for Vest since the supercharger worked great, but can't do that. Got blasted, unfortunately, by that role previously. But I will take time and go see if I can get a I'm gonna train Lynn as my downtime.
What does that what nature does that take?
Let me check the mech sheet real quick. Our new stable manager, or our new, not stable manager, our new stable champion put together. But Seth has mech assignment sheet. There currently is a SLDF Phoenix Hawk that is not assigned to anybody. And so I'm gonna sign that out for a training thing. And have Lynn Hilder run around in it while Amos essentially provides live fire training. Amos is gonna rock around in the
fire
Shadowhawk.
training.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
And the hope is that Amos is, because she's fighting me and not another intern, Amos has more control over.
Sure. Roll 2d6. Double once you kill Linhilder.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, perfectly average roll. All right. So you started with simulation, then you did mech practice. Now you're doing live fire.
Yep.
She has, for all intents and purposes, completed training, and I am going to send you her stat line. It is up to you to determine whether she is ready to go into the arena or not.
Okay. Let's see what she's got. Okay. Ooh, I need to look up what that does.
Lighting conditions don't affect her.
Ah, okay. That's what I thought. All right, cool.
Movement conditions in different lighting does not affect her.
Still affects her shooting.
Yes.
Unfortunate, but
What's called terrain master, not shooting master.
hey, you know. Yeah. I think Ivan will. Ivan wants to work on her accuracy a little more.
So you're not signing her off as being ready to compete?
No, I'm not going to sign her off.
Okay. All right, but Astrid has been signed off by her trainee, which is going to cause a little bit of friction.
Oh, I'm sure.
You may want to talk to Seth about this decision as well. Just to let him know.
I will.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
You know what? No, I'm good.
The last scene after the credits is the dock where Ro has commonly been seated.
Mm-hmm.
Ro is there, and like a SUV pulls up, and Ro just gestures to two men who pulled like a black bag out. They take it to the end of the pier and they unzip it. Clearly the body of a man is inside, and they begin loading like concrete weights into it, and Ro just goes, maybe this will bring the fish around. Sorry, I have to do it sinisterly. Maybe this will bring the fish around, as he kicks the body bag of Yuri into the water, where it begins to sink and sink and sink. And as it sinks, we can see that there's like 24 body bags down there, all weighted down with concrete, right at the end of the pier where Ro waits.
Yep.
And then the camera looks up, and we just see a single bob and hook of a fishing pole going into the water. Okay. That's it. Well, we didn't even get close to the 2-hour limit, even though like the first 40 minutes was all you guys coming up with a plan to not get shot in the face.
You know, yeah, but I mean, when I'm facing an assassin,
listen to this assassin shit talker, huh? Okay.
An assassin stock. See, here's the thing: the assassin's actually pretty good, but stock, especially if you're not using quirks. Oh man, no. The assassin's whole thing is that it's a really good light hunter if you've got the quirks on it.
Sure.
Yeah. That poor guy, he never stood a chance.
He knew he didn't stand a chance. He's down there at the bottom of the rankings where he should be in that battle mech and with his skills. You're a predator who's been released into a hunting ground you don't deserve to be in. You're too good for it, and yet we can't get you out of it.
What happens when you run circles around Texas Red and then he gets, an AC-20 shot directly to the head, and then
Then you face a chain of Wolverines.
Or you hit Sakura Smith in the head 3 times over the course of a match, and then she knocks your entire mech arm off, and then you have no firepower to get through her armor.
Honestly, that was one of my favorite matches, man, with Sakura Smith. I can't believe I hung on there.
Yeah, no, that was, look, you can only have that happen to you so many times before eventually it starts to just stagnate you in a really weird place.
Okay. Do we want to build this as Ivan or Amos as having fought in this match? I don't know anymore.
He is currently, people still know him as Amos. He is working on changing that slowly. The problem is I have to build it up as a change of kayfabe rather than revealing secret mafia identity.
Okay.
Because the last thing I need is for Mia to find another reason to shoot me in the head.
She's already got enough reasons to shoot you in the head. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
You were like, what if I found the person responsible for all this and told them how badly I fucked up? Okay. Mm-hmm. That's it. I guess I'll see you again in 2 weeks, although who knows? The schedule's so fucked up at this point with the Gen Con thing. 4 Solaris Nights this week. It all started way back with Seth and Kyle having a match together, and the schedule's never been the same since then. We tumbled, sir. All right, I'll see you in 2 weeks, maybe. Have a good afternoon.
Probably. Have a great day.